For this lesson, I prepared 3 normal and base color maps in different file types, 2K each, which means 2048 pixels on both dimensions. The textures used for creating materials should be in the size of power of 2 to make the computations easier for GPU. I won't go into details, but it's because the graphics hardware allocate texture memory in blocks which are typically powers of 2 in size. It's not mandatory, but it's just a good habit. Let's start with the base color maps. On the left we have 8-bit JPG, in the middle 8-bit PNG, and on the right 8-bit TIFF file. From far away they look exactly the same. But let's zoom in all of them and we can see that JPG looks horrible. There are a lot of artifacts, a lot of compression, especially on the edges or sharp transitions. In the middle, the details are preserved well, and it gets blurry because we just zoom in too much. The TIFF texture looks almost the same as the PNG texture, so the only question is which file is smaller. In this case, PNG wins this competition, but it's 6 times bigger than a JPG file, and TIFF files are usually bigger than PNGs. Next up, we have normal maps. Let's switch the workspace to normal maps. I just created it only for the purpose of this lesson. To have nice surface details, we need a high quality texture. So again, let's zoom in into the JPG texture. The artifacts are there, texture is blurred, and we don't see the details. In the middle, 8-bit PNG file has a nice quality again, and all the details are nice and crisp. And unless you want texture something what is visible from super up close, 8-bit PNG would be enough. On the right, we have the EXR file. We can't really see the differences between the PNG and the EXR, but if you want to have maximum quality, you should go with EXR. But EXR files are huge, so that's why most of the time we are just using PNGs. Some people say that 32-bit EXRs are only option for normal maps. Some say that 16-bit PNGs are the best, but the truth is that if you'll make a model for a game or for a movie, you'll be probably given instruction what file format to use, and when you're making your personal projects, it's mostly up to you. EXRs are usually used in professional production as these are stored in scene linear color spaces without any data loss, and thanks to that, they can be composited, color graded, and then converted to different output formats. And maybe just don't use JPGs because they're just not working. If you need really high quality and you don't really care about a file size, then go with EXR. If you're making animation, so your object with the normal maps applied will be visible in motion, you can use PNGs. It will also render a little bit faster. And it's the same with the texture sizes. For close-ups, choose bigger sizes. For distant objects, it doesn't have to be that big. So to conclude this lesson, in general, for texturing, we shouldn't use JPG files. As we saw a moment ago, they are blurred, lacking details, and have a lot of artifacts. The best compromise between the quality and file size is PNG, so I recommend you to use them. The next advantage of using PNGs is that they can also store alpha information, so you can have the texture and mask in one file. Sometimes when you need extreme close-ups and really high quality, you can use 16-bit PNG or EXR files. Sometimes when you need a really big compression and textures have to be really small, for example for AR, you can use JPG files, but the results won't be pretty, especially with small texture sizes.